hello everyone. We're back again, and we're going to do another question and answer session. As you'll see, we've got Kate Crooks, who is the newest member of Team Matrix. Junior angler, 16, lady angler, which is a refreshing change from some of the big, smelly, horrible ones. So let's get into some questions. So question one, what age did you start fishing?
Well, I first went when I was 3 years old, and it was like a really cold winter day, and I was begging my dad to go because he was going out, and I used to like not do anything, and I was at home because I was at an age where I wasn't really at school, but I wasn't in nursery full time, so I was like, I really want to go, and I went. And I was so adamant to go, so he took me, and I was wearing these big fuzzy boots and like loads of layers. And my mum was like, "Do you really want to take her?" She was like, "Yeah, go on." So I went, and I think I went 5 minutes, and I caught one roach. And then I went in the car, and then my mum had to pick me up and took me home. And I was eating custard creams on the way home. But I caught a roach, and I was buzzing with it. And then I kind of went off it because I was starting like nursery school and everything like that. And in the summer, my dad, I was begging him, and he went, "No, because you'll complain about the heat, or you'll complain about something, or you'll get something messy." And I think it wasn't until I was 10 he actually took me. So I went when I was 10, and I went to a little pond, like on a caravan park. And it was like loads of different fish, like eyed, roach, more traditional. There wasn't any carp in there. And I caught like mixture of bream and roach, and I really enjoyed that. And he took me to a pond again the week after, which was called Bradley Lakes, and that was really nice. And I went there, and he left me for I think like 5 minutes to go get a coffee, and I hooked into like a big carp, and I was like holding it up like right up like that, and the elastic's like straight down the bottom. Everybody's thinking I'm snagged. And then I look down and I can see the hook and the line all the way up in the hole of its mouth. And I'm looking down its throat, and I net it. And it was like an 8-pound common. Or no, it was a mirror. And then my dad came back and he went, "Did you do this by yourself? Did you do it by yourself?" I was like, "Yeah, I landed it and everything." And he didn't believe me. And a guy came over and said, "Yeah, she did," and then like started talking about it. And at that pond, like, it's not really big carp come out of there, so people quite like amazed like an 8-pounder came out. And they were talking about it, and people started talking to me and saying my name. I was like, "Oh, this is like really strange, like people like kind of know me." And the owner mentioned Preston League, and then I went on to that, and then that's when my first fish started.
Cool. So you got into match fishing through that?
Yeah, so 10.
Nice.
Age 10.
Right. So that was the first fish you ever, well, one of the first fish you caught, which is pretty impressive. It's not bad. The hardest part is sitting still.
Yeah.
So that leads on to question 2. What's the biggest fish you've caught?
I went specimen fishing, carp fishing, whatever you want to call it, with 2 of the England ladies, Kelly and Tanya. And we went to Linear, and I caught a 21-pound 4-ounce mirror carp, which was really nice. Cool. But I was a bit let down because it came in a bit easy. It wasn't tight. It was like a bream. It just like lolled in, and I netted it. I was like, "Oh my god, that is not that size." I was like, I didn't catch
Which lake did you fish?
It was Brasenose 2.
2. Yeah. Serious size fish.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, a lot of match anglers haven't caught fish that big. A lot of carp anglers haven't caught fish that big. Talking of big fish, big weights, what's the biggest match weight?
121 pounds.
Nice. From
Benny's at Lindon, which is kind of a prolific lake, but before that it was 107, which is at quite a bit of a harder lake, which is Woldview, which is like quite hard to work for. You've got to like find out where the fish are. It's not really sat on a stack of fish. You've got to work for it, and I think that was most rewarding out of the 2, because Benny's you can kind of it's kind of like a fish race, whereas the lake I went to, you got to like work hard, and I finally found all the fish, and that was a lot more rewarding.
Nice. So what is, I'm going to throw a question in. What's your favourite method? Fishing method?
It's definitely on the pole.
Right.
Say it's either between fishing in your margin or fishing shallow.
Right.
Just because I feel like when you're in your margin, you can kind of see a swirl, and you can sometimes see a tail or a fin. That it gets exciting.
Quite exciting,
big cloud going, and then your float's rocking about. I think that's really exciting. But with shallow fishing, you can kind of see them swirling around your float, and you're waiting to dunk under.
It's active fishing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's active. Like you ping, and then there's a swirl, and then your float dives under, and you strike it. It's just like that's the same buzz I get with margin fishing.
Nice. I like it. So, you fish for a team.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about it. What team?
Future Fishing.
Future Fishing.
Which was fairly new. I think they only started it this year.
Yeah.
So it's something very, very new. And we entered our first proper competition, which was this Holcroft teams of 4, the Winter League. And so was aiming for maybe like not last. Was aiming for not last. Which is, I think there's 14 teams.
Yeah.
And it's like a big stamp of anglers. Like you got Matt Goff.
Yeah, there's some very, very good anglers fish that Holcroft.
James Dent, like big people. And we were getting like quite consistent results actually. Like was getting section wins and the odd lake and coming second and stuff. And overall we came 6th and 7th and 8th, or 6th and 7th. So we're like halfway, which is amazing for our first year.
Good.
And I think we had 3 juniors, and the rest were obviously just like adults. But for us to have like 3 juniors in there as well, I think we did really well.
Good. No, it's good. It's obviously good. It shows that junior anglers, there's a lot of junior anglers coming through the ranks now. I've noticed more and more. There's a lot more junior match anglers, which is good. Very good.
Definitely, that's what we want.
So you used to fish for a junior team. Did you fish for a different junior team?
Yeah, junior nationals.
Yes.
I used to fish with Worksop.
Yeah.
Which was a nice team. Like we all got on well. We all had our team tactics, and we'd learn something new every week and have stream sessions, which was really nice. And then I went to Census A4.
Right.
A bit of a like bigger team.
Yeah.
And they asked me to join, so I said yeah. And they put me as team captain, which was a bit of a shock for my first year going in. And they said, look, we want like some sort of team plan. We want teamwork, whereas we didn't really have that before.
Yeah.
So we made a massive team plan. We had a day before, and I was going around and we were saying, look, you try this method and you try this method, and we'll work out which was working best.
Nice.
And we get all our information together, tried it all at once, and we all started catching like the same amount of fish.
Yeah.
But we're going to go with this plan. So we went with this plan, and we had there's 6 in a team, I think it was, and we had 4 seconds, a first, and a 4th, which put us well ahead. One of our team members won the national overall, and I came 4th overall individually. So it's like a really good year.
Yeah, sounds like a nice match. That was at Makins, wasn't it?
Yeah, we was on phase 2, I think it was.
Yeah.
But it was really nice. Really good fishing.
Nice fishery. I grew up fishing at Makins. So.
Did you?
Yeah. And I used to fish against Worksop years and when I was a junior, which is, when was I? That'd have been 16 years ago.
I don't think there's a older team anymore. I think it's only the youth now because team fishing's starting to die out now in junior angling.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not as, because I think there was a lot of kids this year, but when I first ever did my first national when I was bank runner at Tunnel Back, it was like all the lakes were filled, whereas now it's like peg 2, peg 1, miss 2 or 3, and it's like it's a lot different from what it used to be.
Yeah, I do remember to be two. Well, when I was a junior, there were two bodies of
Yeah.
people that ran nationals. It's good. So I'm going to move that on now to the next question, which is, what advice would you give to a junior angler that might be looking at getting into match fishing or wants to fish some matches, maybe wants to fish for a team? What advice would you give them?
I think the first thing, what I think everybody needs to remember, is just to enjoy it. I think when I was younger, I think I enjoyed it massively, but I think sometimes you can get drawn a little bit towards sponsors, or you can get a little bit drawn towards, like, I don't really know, like social hierarchy in angling. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
media. And I think one of the biggest things to is enjoy it and learn from it and take every little bit of information bit by bit and take it for what it is, rather than seeing it for, I don't know, future aspirations. It's
Yeah.
like goals. But
Yeah.
I think the first thing is to enjoy it. Start club matches. I think club matches are really enjoyable because you go into the same venue every time and you're learning your watercraft and you're speaking to people who you know every week, and it's nice to build a relationship.
Yeah.
And then maybe travel about a bit and then just find yourself really in angling. Just work on your watercraft and see where it goes.
Definitely. And if there are any juniors watching, I would 100% agree that fishing club matches is a great way to start, and just getting used to fishing a match, timings during a match, and just keep practicing that way.
Yeah.
And then move yourself onto the open scene. But there's some very good anglers on the open scene, some very good anglers, and you can't not learn from them. Ask questions.
Ask questions. That's a big one as well. Don't be afraid to ask. You're not annoying them. They'll want to help you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I still every all the time ask questions about people that have done better than me, because I want to know how to catch more next time. So,
yeah, definitely.
asking questions is a very good way of improving. So let's move on. We talked then about sponsorship. So I've got a question here that says, what advice would you give an angler looking to be sponsored? Because obviously yourself, you've managed to
definitely
get a couple now, haven't you? You've got your sponsor. For those that don't know, you are sponsored by Matrix and Spotted Fin.
Yeah.
Which isn't bad. Can't complain with that at all, really, can you?
Yeah. Happy with that, yeah.
So is there any advice that you could give someone if they've been fishing for a bit, now they're looking to push it to the next level, maybe get sponsored?
I think one of the main bit of sponsorship is exposure. So I think having a social media platform is definitely the way nowadays, because with you having your Instagram, you have a widespread of maybe younger people, and then with your Facebook, people really like written articles, and I feel like it's more information involved. And I think it's definitely good to have the two. You can have one or the other, but having two, it gives you a wider spread of viewers, and I think putting up your write-ups, making sure you always weigh in, you're always putting up your weights, always taking pictures, and just giving your views on things definitely makes you stick out, because then people can get, if you even follow somebody's page or comment on them, a lot of the people who are putting up these posts go through the comments and look on each other's accounts and just look, what are they up to, what type of fishing do they do, and they check people's accounts out. And I think if you start making results, or even if you don't have results and you're just enjoying it and good at expanding brands and stuff, I think it definitely sticks out. So I'd just say social media, always having a positive attitude and just being an all-round happy person, really. Enjoying it.
100% agree. And a lot, being sponsored, it's changed a bit. I mean, it used to, years and years ago, it was all on results, but now it's about what you can offer people, isn't it, really? So being that ambassador for a brand, being a nice person, not ridiculously controversial, but just being a good angler, having a good presence, and just being a likable person. So, one thing I'm going to add is don't go chasing people.
Oh no.
People will come to you.
Yeah.
And that's the best way to do it, is wait for them to come to you.
And not to go for something just for the sake of it.
Yeah, definitely. Moving on from sponsorship, how do you wish to pursue your career in fishing? And what are the pros and cons? Is there anything holding you back, or?
Yeah, definitely. I think what I want to do with my angling is I want to be an ambassador for the women and juniors, even though one day I'm not going to be a junior, but it's still the thought of having, look, I've come from a 10-year-old doing fishing and having a bit of fun to doing something so competitively and growing into something like where I am now. And I think it's just doing the photography and the media. I think that's really exciting. And the more you like video bigger anglers and stuff, you learn stuff from them at the same time. And I think it would help massively in my angling. And doing write-ups and helping with magazine articles, I think that helps as well, because it expands your media. It's like you're writing down your tips and you're helping other people. I think that's a big thing. I like helping, and I like showing what you can do and what better to do than maybe doing things what you shouldn't be. Like, I don't know. For angling, I think I don't know what I'd be doing now. I'll probably be in my house 24/7 watching Netflix, and it won't do me no good. But when you're on the bank, it's fresh air, you're enjoying, you're speaking to people, and it keeps that social side of things as well. Because I think us juniors are coming into a day and age where it's phones, so you don't really speak.
Not as much face to face.
Yeah, if I didn't do fishing, I would be so non-social. I wouldn't be speaking to people. I'd be messaging people, and I think the only thing that's holding me back from all of this is my age, just because I'm not old enough to drive. I think I've learned a lot at college as well with cameras and editing. I think that will help. I think it's just time what's holding me back, but it's not holding me back in a bad way. It's just giving me more time to be able to do things. But
Get to different places and go travel on different things when you want to do it as well, isn't it? So
yeah, definitely.
It's good. Won't be long. It won't be long.
It'll go by so quick.
So let's get some more interesting ones. If you could use just one bait for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Maggots.
100%.
Because
I think that's everyone's answer.
Yeah, maggots. Well, to be fair, I like using worm as well. It's a thing what not many people use nowadays. It's either pellet, soft pellets, maggots, or casters.
Yeah, I know it. On the commercial sort of scene, you don't. Worms aren't the first go-to bait.
Can be a bit deadly sometimes, because I've had a few matches where I've literally chopped up like so much worm, and I'll chuck it in my margin. It'll be mad full of carp, but then you can have odd occasional big perch. Because I think I've learnt that in my carp fishing, like specimen carp fishing. I think you go to Brasenose 2 at Linear, and you'd go through maybe like 6 kilo of worm before it was banned anyway. You'd feed like 6 kilos of worm and you'd catch like a 30-pound fish or something ridiculous like that. I've seen it happen, and I think it's with all the different acids and stuff like what worm give out. I think that's a massive deal. But maggots, you can catch absolutely anything on you, like roach, gudgeons, carp, anything.
Yeah, you can, can't you? You can. Yeah, that's the great thing about them. From like 40-pound carp to half an ounce roach. So,
yeah, exactly.
They are. What's your favourite colour maggot? Red?
Oh, I don't know, because I use both. I use both.
Do you?
Yeah, I generally use red for my hook bait and white for my feed. I thought that's an edge.
a big red maggot fan. If I had to use it, would be just red maggots.
Yeah.
That's it. So next one, what's your favourite venue?
Hayfield.
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 Nice.
But like, it's a bit different because it's like it's got to be between Hayfield and Tunnel Barn, just because Hayfield is big carp, and obviously I like my margin fishing.
Yeah.
And that is incredible. You'd like feed bait, and you'd see it and you'd see like a massive tail.
And the big fish as well, aren't they, in there?
Yeah, you'll catch like an odd like koi carp or something like that, and it's like so nice. You never know what you're gonna get, and you know there'll be big fish or really pretty fish, and it's just really nice. Like everybody's nice. Nolly, the owner, she's like so funny. She makes everybody welcome. With Tunnel Barn, obviously, it's different. It's smaller fish. It's F1s. You get like it's very like sociable over there as well. Everybody talks to each other, and there's a big stamp of anglers there, like Paul Holland and people like that. I think
very good anglers go there.
A lot from there, because I feel like if you can do F1 fishing, I think you can do any type of fishing, because the bites are ridiculous, the feed's crazy. But then it's shallow fishing as well. I like shallow fishing. Whereas Hayfields, you can catch shallow, but I feel like it's more Waggler fishing and down your edge and short. And I think that's really good as well. But it's got to be between them two.
I like it. So, next one. What match would you most like to win?
Oh.
If you could win just one. Big or small, doesn't matter. Which match would you most like to win?
I feel like it's really hard because I got one which is quite like, why would you want to win that? But then I got one quite obvious. Like, obviously, I would want to win Fish Out.
Yeah.
I think that's
Who wouldn't?
But another one, I think, like junior nationals.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like there are a lot of junior anglers who are the same age as me or older, and I feel like putting yourself in that category, knowing that you're a junior, and knowing I've won against all these juniors in the country, I think that's a big thing.
Really. Yeah.
That is a big thing, but like obviously with Fishermania, if I was to win Fishermania at my age, that's massive as well, because I'll probably be the youngest. Obviously, I'll fail as well, and it's like that is a dream come true. But junior national, I think that's a big one.
It's not a bad shout. That's a nice match to win a junior national.
Yeah.
Well, you came, what was it, 4th last time?
But yeah, and I was 2 kilo off winning the thing.
Close. So you still got a chance.
Yes.
Still a chance.
Well, I've gone on page groups this year, so.
Right.
Well, that's if it's on. It's in June, so.
Well, yeah. A lot of matches cancelled this year, but you never know. So how many more years have you got with that then?
I think it's till you're 20, so I've got.
Oh, right, fair enough.
Yeah. 4.
It's not bad. So you've got a few years then to hopefully, fingers crossed, win a junior national. That's like one of my little things. I came second once in a junior national, and that's for years I used to hang on to that one. So I think I know the answer to this one. Pole or feeder?
Pole. 100%. I mean, I do like feeder fishing because I'm like carpy side. I do like chucking out a big lead and a big hook and like having to go with that, like spodding and stuff. But then I do really like my pole fishing. That's what I do all the time. I think with your elastic pulling out and you can feel the fish pulling about, I think that's better than seeing your rod tip go round.
Yeah.
And I think that. I don't think Jamie Harrison will agree with me on that.
No, I'm not going to agree. What's your favourite fishing side tray snack?
Oh, you can't do this one to me. I don't know if people know, but I do have my little side tray, boutique, buffet, whatever you want to call it.
Side tray buffet.
It's like I got my maggots, and then the rest of it's food for me.
Right.
So I don't know, because I've had a party pack before where it's got like your cocktail sausages, your Scotch egg, and sausage rolls and everything. But I do like McCoy's steak crisps.
Nice choice.
They're my favourite. A drink would be chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk?
Yeah.
And McCoy's crisps.
Yes.
Choice? Interesting. Right then, let's go for one more. What is your favourite item of Matrix fishing tackle? Got to drop that one in there somewhere.
Yeah, definitely. I think it would be the MK2 rollers. They're the newest ones.
The new free flow rollers.
The free flow. I think they're just. I think that's everything I would want in a product in angling, because I think the most important thing for me in angling is my rollers, because if my rollers aren't right, or they're not in the right place, or they're not strong enough, that I'm not going to be able to fish with a pole, because they need to be in the right place, they need to be the right height, they need to be the right level, angle, everything, because if you can't have that right, then you can't use a pole properly.
Yeah.
I think with the free flow, they don't roll as quick as other ones. Like with my old ones, I think they rolled a little bit too quick when my pole would go off the end, whereas it would roll as much as you push the pole, which is still smooth and still good, but it stops when you want it to stop, and you can go any angle and any height, and I think that's just perfect, because with hayfield, you can either be on flat bank or it can be really steep.
Yeah.
And with the rollers, it's a bit awkward. You can't sit them with no legs, but you can't sit them without putting the legs out. And with the Matrix ones, you can put them flat out, but so it's flat touching the floor, and it's a perfect hayfield.
Lovely.
So that would be my favourite product.
Many favourites. Good choice. Good choice. Right then, that concludes our Q&A for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And hopefully we may have a new Q&A coming soon. But if you haven't, head over to YouTube, click the subscribe button, click the little bell so you're notified every time we put a new video out. And from us too, we'll see you soon.
See you soon.